All right, guys, back today with a flashlight overview and deal alert video. And this one has a lot of interesting lights, including a new flat flashlight that we covered in a deal alert video, a few different headlamps from Mossy Oak with a lot of really nice specs and features, all under $25, and then a new clip light from Workos. We're going to be digging into an overview of each of these lights and talk about the deals and specials going on right now so you can save a little bit of money if you're interested. Now, I'm trying to do a lot of these deal videos, especially when it gets closer to Christmas time, so you can break up your buying between October, November, and early December so you don't spend all your money at once. Let's start off with the new Workos clip light. Now, for me, this is going to be very similar to their standard HD03, but with some color variations and texture variations with the original version. So if you want to check out that full review, you can take a look at that. But in a nutshell, this is a clip light with a few different features, like a very diffuse light, as well as a spotlight built in. On top of that, once it's on, you can long press to cycle through the modes, double click to go to turbo mode, or when you turn it off, you can actually double click to go into an RGB mode. From there, you can long press and cycle through all the color gradients, which is really cool. And then when you get one that you settle on, maybe something like red for an alert strobe, you can double click and it will flash. Very convenient, and this works out incredibly well for a wide variety of applications. Now, the reason why I like this new one so much is there's two different color variations, and the one I'm going to be focusing on is the black version. Now, the black looks a little bit more professional. Before, I believe they had red, green, and orange. And maybe when you were utilizing this in a law enforcement, EMT, or professional application, you may not want a bunch of colors all over your uniform or your work uniform. Even if you were using this as a mechanic, maybe you want something that blends in, is a little bit more plain, a little bit more professional. This is going to be it. It's got a matte finish on the black. I love all the same feature set. USB-C rechargeable, the clip on the back, and then you also have the magnetic feature on this guy as well. If you wanted to stick it to something, it's going to stick right there. So a lot of versatility in this light, especially with the fact that you can switch from spot to flood. Now, these generally sell for right around $25 to $35, depending on the sales going on, the color variations, but the general MSRP is $35.99. Right now, the red is on sale for $19.99 and the black is on sale for $19.99. So solid lights. I'm hoping it's still on sale when this video goes live. I'm filming the night before. If it's still on sale, this is a solid light option, especially if you're running it on a chest rig or plate carrier setup where you want to be a little bit more discreet with the black color variation. This one is going to be good. Now, the next one I purchased was the Klarus FlatTac X2. Now, this one right here is a pretty cool light because it's got a very interesting angle on the back. You can click it on by clicking that top button, and it remembers the last mode. You can cycle through all of the other modes, long press to turn it off. The other cool thing about that top button is when you long press it, it goes right to the 15 lumen mode. Even if it's on and you're at 1200 and you turn it off and you long press, it goes into the 15 low lumen mode. So if you are searching for something at night, it's dark, you want to save your night vision, that's going to be a good opportunity there. The next cool feature is you can click the button once on the red for a defensive strobe or long press for a 3000 lumen turbo mode with a countdown timer. Love this light, especially at the price point and especially with some of the other feature set. These generally sell for $50, on sale at 10% off, making them $44.96. But this is really competing with some of the other flat flashlights on the market, especially when you see the design cues like the window breakers up front, very similar to a Nightcore flashlight for about a third of the price. Now, the Nightcore definitely gets brighter and has a little bit better LCD display, but this one has those window breakers up front, has a ton of really nice feature set, and it's IPX6 waterproof rated with USB-C recharging. $44.96 is a killer deal for this flashlight. I know I mentioned it in a deal alert video not too long ago, but I wanted to cover it a little bit more in depth because I felt like it deserved a little bit more time in the spotlight, especially at this price point. The next one is the Mossy Oak that we also covered in the deal alert video. I will cover it again very quickly. This one's nice because you can turn that on and you've got the light right there. Then you've got the spotlight on the other side. So you can do the spot, you can do the lower spot, you can do the floodlight, and then you can do both at the same time for turbo. Now, here's an interesting thing about this. You can long press and actually dim the light down. And so it's dimming down right now. And then once it sits there for a minute, you can click the button and it turns off. And then when you turn it back on, it'll go to the last remembered setting, but not brightness. So if you want to switch over, you can click over to maybe this guy right here, the floodlight. You want to dim it down, you can long press, and that's going to slowly dim down. It'll flash at the bottom, and then you'll be at your lower setting. Love that feature set on this light. This one also has a proximity sensor where you can wave your hand in front and turn it on and off with this proximity sensor button. So right now it's off. You click the button, it's on, and the proximity sensor is active. So if your hands are muddy or dirty or wet, and as the Italian in me talking with my hands, we'll turn it on and off without ever touching the button. Really nice there. This is also a dual fuel design, meaning you can run this off of AAA batteries, or this guy right here, the USB-C recharging battery that clips right in. So very convenient that this guy will run off of a rechargeable battery, or it'll run off of a standard AAA batteries. And I'm going to try to do this on camera. It may be upside down. I'm going to have to take a look at this. Positive, positive, over here. There we go. So this is a pretty cool light, especially for the price point, and especially the fact that it's a dual fuel design. These generally sell for $22.99. They're on sale with a 10% off clickable code, and there's 3 color variations. You've got green, teal, and the camo that you see here. The next light is also a Mossy Oak headlamp, 600 lumens as well, not dual fuel, just USB-C recharging, but this one has a red feature built in. So you can cycle through, again, the different modes, spot, flood, long press to tone it down, flash once as it gets there, and then you can turn it back off. Love this little light, love the adjustability of it. This one does not have that motion detect feature, but this one runs at $16.99, 3 color variations. Again, the teal, the green, and the camo. And then they have a clickable 6% off code. Now, a lot of guys get confused about some of these codes. When you go to the Amazon link, right below the price, there'll be a button that you click, and it'll say apply 6% coupon or something like that. You click that button, and then when you click proceed to checkout, you will see the discount active in your cart. I hope this breaks down a few more flashlights that are some really good opportunities and interesting designs across the board. Love to see companies producing these. Thanks to Mossy Oak and Workos for sending this out. Have no affiliation with Klarus, but makes good stuff. If they ever reach out to me, I'd be happy to do T&Es of their products. But guys, this is pretty cool stuff. Info and linking will be in the description below. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.